So you're talking about Greg Abel, Ajit Jain.
Yes,
Ted and Todd.
or somebody not yet identified. Yeah. The main trick that Berkshire shows is the power of what I call the Wooden effect. And Wooden was the most famous basketball coach of the whole era. And you figure out what the hell he really did, which of course, somebody like Warren and me, we just automatically do it. He concentrated about 90% of the playing time in 7 players. And everybody else was just a sparring partner for the people. And that turned out a great system for winning at basketball, because you identified your best player and concentrated so much of the playing time on your best player. And more playing creates better, better, better. You learn by playing in a way you can never learn just by shooting practice baskets. And so he concentrated all his playing time on his best players. Simple idea. That's what Berkshire did. Of course, it worked better, and everybody's learned it.
You've talked about...
Everybody would know it automatically if it were just a little more obvious. If all of us had to make a living backing people in chess tournaments where there's very little revenue to pay anybody anything, we'd all recognize we have to get into the top 7 players or something like that, or have no chance of winning, you know, chess tournaments.
Yeah.
And everybody would be trying to play the Wooden style to get the bet. But in investment picking, people think anybody can learn it who just goes to Harvard or Columbia or something. And of course, anybody can't learn it. It's like chess or mechanical ability or a lot of other abilities. It's somebody who does it a lot and has a natural aptitude for it, who's the outlier, who gets the big results. And that's what happens in the investment world. Just a few outliers make the money. Now, we've also created a whole lot of people who get the reputation of being geniuses, who run venture capital funds and so forth, and who do pretty well for themselves because they get paid so outlandishly. But they don't really get, the bottom 80% of the people who invest in venture capital would be better off if they didn't even look at it.
So they're just
making... The people who stumbled into Sequoia in the right year were different. They got a long, long run when Sequoia didn't try and grow. And they got the advantage of milking Sequoia. But that was rare. Nowadays, everything is quite different. I do not think venture capital will win in the future the way Sequoia once did. And I don't think Sequoia will win in the future the way Sequoia once did. It's too hard. It's too damned hard.
Meaning that they were...
There's too much failure, difficulty, accident in the world. It's really hard to have a stretch like Sequoia has had as an investment firm. Now everybody thinks if they sort of copy the method, they'll get the result. And of course, it's like competing with John Wooden's example. You can compete in John Wooden's example while you in fact do something else, which is what they're doing. And of course, but they're not going to get something else. They're going to get lousy results, not Wooden results.
Yeah.